Listen, folks, I'm excited to bring this information to you. Did you realize that 90% of the people you know with a mortgage will never own their home free and clear? 90%. Would you ever send your children to a school that where 90% of the kids failed to graduate? Then why are we involved in a situation where 90% of us are going to fail? 30-year loans should pay off in an average of 7 to 9 years. 7 to 9 years, not 30 years to never. But the only way that that can happen is through optimization. What do I mean by optimization? Everyone knows that you can pay off a loan early by yourself. You just pay extra on the loan. All right. But what I'm talking about is understanding how you can save the maximum amount of interest mathematically possible for you. Did you realize that the debt snowball actually works and the avalanche method actually work to pay off your debt? But if you compare two people with the exact same financial profile, one is using the debt snowball, the other one using the P.I.L.L method. The one using this debt snowball will probably pay on average $50,000 to $70,000 more in interest than they had to pay to get out of that debt. Even though they get out of debt early, they're still paying way more interest than they need to pay. And guess what? They won't even realize that they're doing it because they don't have a way to track it. We have a way to track it. So our goal is for you to own your home free and clear. 90% of the people you know will never pay off a mortgage. And that's not how we started out. That's not what we planned. We had planned to pay that thing off, but somehow it just never gets there. So here's what we're talking about, folks. I'm working all over the country. In fact, we are in 9 different countries. And here's some of the results that we've had over the years. And this last one in Georgia, $270,000 in debt, 26 years left to go. All right. They're going to pay this loan off in 8.3 years working with us and save $135,000 in interest without changing their budget and without sacrificing lifestyle. What do I mean by without sacrificing lifestyle? Folks, to do this, this family did not have to stay home and not go anywhere. I mean, they didn't have to give up on their vacations. They didn't have to drive a 30-year-old car. All right. They didn't have to eat beans and rice and ramen to make this happen. They didn't have to sell pizzas at night to make this happen. They didn't have to put their life on hold to pay off the debt. What they did was they figured out how they can live a great lifestyle and cut their interest costs by 75%. That's how we get this thing done. The savings is on the bank side. Cut the bank back on their how much money they're going to receive. Don't cut your family back on the lifestyle and keep telling your kids, you know, I can't afford it. We can't do this now. We're in debt. We got to get out from under this. And I'm teaching you a valuable lesson and how to manage money. All they're going to learn is I can't do anything. I can't go anywhere. And I keep hearing money doesn't grow on trees. That's not how you want your kids to come up. Instead of saying we can't afford it, let's tell our kids and show our kids how we can afford it. Take that money that the bank was supposed to get and build up generational wealth inside your family. All right. Show your kids what can be done. A person that's working a 9 to 5 can actually become a millionaire on the interest payments they don't pay the bank and invest in their own families. Oh my goodness. This is what we're talking about. We can do all of this without refinancing, folks. We can do it without change to your budget and without sacrificing lifestyle. Oh my gosh. So what are we talking about? Here's where you will not hear this information, and not because people are keeping the information from you, but it is because it's not taught at any level of financial education. You will not get the P.I.L.L method information from your accountant. You will not get P.I.L.L method information from your finance planner or from your banker. You will not. Here's where you also will not get the P.I.L.L method information, only because P.I.L.L method information is copyrighted and P.I.L.L method is a registered trademark. It's protected information. It's proprietary information, and we own the content. Okay. So you won't hear it from Dave Ramsey because we own it. You won't hear it from Susie Orman because we own it. You won't hear it from Gene Chaskey from NBC because we own it, or Larry Burkett. You won't hear it from any of these financial gurus because we own this. And what is going on?
Amen.
Come on, listen, Wise CEO. This is how you give your clients the same advice. Come on.
Absolutely.
Own your content, protect it. And why? The ability to read and defeat an amortization schedule is not taught at any level of financial education. How do I know that to be true? Because I've been asking this question for years. And I ask everybody, have you ever been taught how an amortization schedule works and how to defeat it? And folks, here we are. The P.I.L.L Method International, LLC. P.I.L.L Method stands for prepayment of principal, isolating the principal amount, leverage, and liquidity. So when you understand these four basic principles that we talk about, that I talk about in my book, that you can then know how you can start to realize how much interest we've been paying and how you don't have to do it the bank's way. Do you know there's more than one way to skin this cat? Come on. So what we're talking about is learning a different way to view your finances and how to save that money in interest. Albert Einstein called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. Amortized interest has to be the ninth. Well, that's quoted by me, because amortized interest makes way more money. Here's the formula for amortized interest. We're not going to get into the formula because I don't understand it. I just know that it makes a lot of money for the bank. So here's the thing. If there is a formula that the bank uses to make a lot of money, where is your algorithm or formula to cut interest cost? Please don't try to go up against the bank with your pencil and paper or with your calculator, that you got from the dollar store or even on your phone. You can't beat them with these tools. It is not that simple. It is not as simple as just paying more. You have to know how much to pay to the penny. You have to know what month to do it in. You have to know what day of the month to do it on, and you need to know which loan to attack. Let me tell you a quick story, because I had a client that had $1,200 on a credit card at 12%. And they wanted to know, Don, why is your artificially intelligent program, why is your program ignoring a $1,200 balance on a 12% credit card when our mortgage is 3%? And I said, well, let's do a little bit of math. Did you realize that 12% means 1% a month for 12 months? It's 12% annual. Okay. So if you pay off the $1,200 credit card today, that means they're only charging you 1% on $1,200. So if you pay off that $1,200 today, you'll save a grand total of $12 in interest. Or you could put that $1,200 on your mortgage and save about, I don't know, $3,000 in interest with that $1,200. So which would you rather? So these are the kinds of decisions a program like this makes, so that whenever you are looking to pay off your debt, please don't pay off the wrong debt at the wrong time, because what we have been taught to believe is that anything you do to get out of debt is as good as any other thing you can do to get out of debt. And that is not true. You want to do the optimum thing that's going to save you the most amount of money here, folks.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.